Why some people rise while others stay stuck. The place where every journey begins. My friend, look around you. Some people grow stronger every year. Some people move forward in life. But many people stay in the same place. Years pass. Nothing changes. Have you ever wondered why this happens? Why do some people rise, and why do others stay stuck? Is it luck? Is it talent? Is it money? Many people believe these things decide everything, but the truth is different. The real difference is not outside. The real difference is inside. It is the way a person thinks. It is the way a person acts every day. It is the choices a person makes when life becomes hard. Every life begins in the same place, the place of survival. This is the first stage of life. At this stage, people think only about basic needs: food, money, a safe home, health, security. Life feels heavy here. Every day feels like a small battle. Many people wake up with worry in their mind. They worry about bills. They worry about work. They worry about tomorrow. Their thoughts repeat the same question: how will I survive today? When you live like this, it is difficult to dream. It is difficult to think about a bigger future. Your mind is busy trying to stay safe. Imagine a man who works all day. He wakes up early. He goes to work. He comes home tired. At the end of the month, most of his money is gone. Rent, food, transport, debt. There is almost nothing left. If something small goes wrong, it feels like a disaster. A broken phone, a medical bill, a car problem. These small problems feel very big, not because the person is weak, but because there is no extra space in life, no extra money, no extra energy, no extra time. This is survival mode, and many people live here for a long time, sometimes for many years, sometimes for their entire life. But survival is not a failure, it is the beginning. Every strong person started here. Every successful person started here. Every leader once struggled. Even a baby begins with survival. When a baby is born, it cries for milk. It cries for warmth. It depends on others. This is natural. Survival is the first step of growth. But here's the danger. Some people never leave this stage. They believe life will always be the same. They believe nothing can change. They believe they have no power. When a person believes this, something inside them becomes quiet. Hope becomes small. Dreams disappear. The person continues living, but they stop growing. This is what it means to stay stuck. Stuck does not always mean lazy. Many stuck people work very hard, but they work without direction. They move, but they do not rise. Imagine running on a treadmill. Your legs move fast, your body sweats, but you stay in the same place. This is how many people live. Busy, tired, but not moving forward. So what changes everything? The answer is simple: stability. Stability is the bridge between survival and growth. Stability means your life becomes a little more secure. Not perfect, not rich, just stable. Stable means you can breathe a little easier. Stable means one problem will not destroy your entire life. How do people build stability? They begin with small steps, very small steps. They learn to control the things they can control. They create simple habits. They manage money carefully. They spend less than they earn. They save a small amount, even a tiny amount. At first, it feels slow. Sometimes it feels impossible. But small steps create strong foundations. Think about building a house. A strong house needs a strong base. Without a base, the house will fall. Life works the same way. Habits build the base. Discipline strengthens the base. Time completes the base. Slowly, stability appears. When stability appears, something beautiful happens. Fear becomes smaller. Your mind becomes calmer. You start thinking about more than survival. You begin to imagine a better future. You begin to ask a new question. How can my life become better? This question changes everything, because this is the moment when people start rising. This is the moment when a person moves from survival into desire. Desire is powerful. Desire is the fire of growth. Desire says something important. It says, my life can be more. My future can be better. My story is not finished. Desire wakes people up. A young student from a poor family may say, I do not want to live like this forever. I want a better life. This desire pushes him to study harder, to learn new skills, to search for opportunities. Desire creates movement. Without desire, nothing changes. Without desire, people accept the same life forever. But desire alone is not enough. Desire can build a better life, but desire can also trap people. Imagine someone who wants more money. At first, this desire is healthy. It pushes the person to work harder, to learn, to grow. But sometimes desire becomes endless. The person buys a new phone. Soon they want a better phone. They buy a car. Soon they want a bigger car. They earn more money. Soon they want more status, more praise, more attention. Desire never stops asking for more. And when desire controls life, peace disappears. Happiness becomes short, temporary, fragile. Many people become trapped here. They chase comfort, they chase attention, they chase approval from others. But deep inside, something still feels empty. Because true growth needs something stronger than desire. It needs direction. It needs discipline. Discipline is the quiet power that lifts people higher. But before discipline appears, a person must make an important decision. They must decide they are ready to change. Not tomorrow, not next year, today. This decision may look small, but it is the moment when rising begins. Every person who rises starts with the same step. A small step forward, a small step away from the old life, and a small step toward a better future. Some people never take this step. Fear stops them. Comfort stops them. Doubt stops them. But others take the step. They begin building a new version of themselves, slowly, quietly, day by day. And this is how rising begins. Not with a miracle, not with luck, but with a choice. A choice to move, a choice to grow, a choice to rise. Part 2. The power that changes everything. In the first part, we talked about survival. We talked about desire. We saw how many people begin their life journey. But the real difference between rising and staying stuck begins at the next stage. This stage is called discipline. Discipline is quiet. Discipline is not loud. It does not shout. It does not show off. But discipline changes everything. Many people say they want success. They say they want a better life. They say they want to grow. But wanting something is easy. Doing something every day is hard. This is where many people stop rising. They stop when life becomes difficult. They stop when motivation disappears. They stop when comfort calls them back. Motivation feels exciting. Motivation feels powerful. But motivation is like a spark. It appears, then it disappears. Discipline is different. Discipline is a steady fire. It continues burning even when the spark is gone. This is why discipline is so powerful. Imagine two young people. They live in the same city. They start at the same place in life. They both have dreams. They both want success. But their daily choices are different. The first person follows feelings. If he feels tired, he rests. If he feels bored, he stops working. If he feels distracted, he checks his phone. He tells himself, I will start tomorrow. Tomorrow becomes next week. Next week becomes next year. Nothing changes. The second person is different. He also feels tired. He also feels distracted, but he continues. He wakes up early. He studies even when he feels lazy. He practices skills every day. He chooses progress instead of comfort. At first, the difference between them is small. After 1 week, you see nothing. After 1 month, the change is still small. But after 1 year, the difference becomes clear. One person is stronger. One person is more skilled. One person is more confident. 5 years later, the difference is huge. One person rises, the other stays stuck. Not because of luck, not because of talent, but because of discipline. Discipline means controlling your actions. Discipline means choosing what is important. Discipline means saying no to distractions. In the modern world, distractions are everywhere. Your phone calls for attention. Social media wants your time. Videos play endlessly. Games invite you. Messages appear every minute. Your mind jumps from one thing to another. Hours disappear quickly. Days disappear quickly. Many people spend years inside these distractions. They think they are resting, but they are slowly losing their future. Discipline protects your future. Discipline helps you focus. Focus creates progress. Progress builds confidence. Confidence creates new opportunities. Everything begins with discipline. Discipline also builds respect. People may not notice your discipline at first, but slowly they begin to see the difference. They see your consistency. They see your effort. They see your growth. They trust you more. They respect you more. Because discipline shows something important. It shows that you can control yourself. When you can control yourself, you can control your direction in life. Without discipline, life controls you. But with discipline, you control life. Think about health. Many people want a healthy body, but they eat unhealthy food. They sleep late. They avoid exercise. Their desire is strong, but their discipline is weak. The result is clear. Now imagine another person. This person chooses healthy habits. They exercise regularly. They eat better food. They rest well. Their body becomes stronger. Their energy increases. Their mind becomes sharper. This is the power of discipline. Discipline also protects you from regret. Many older people say the same words. I wish I had studied more. I wish I had taken care of my health. I wish I had saved more money. These regrets come from a life without discipline. But people who practice discipline feel different. Their journey may be hard, but they feel proud of their effort. They know they tried their best. They know they used their time wisely. That feeling is powerful. However, discipline is not the final stage. Discipline makes you strong, but strength alone is not the highest power. Something greater comes next. The next stage is influence. Influence begins when your growth starts helping others. At this stage, your life becomes bigger than yourself. You are no longer climbing only for your own success. You begin lifting others with you. Think about a candle in a dark room. One candle gives light, but when it lights another candle, the room becomes brighter. When many candles burn together, darkness disappears. Influence works the same way. Your habits inspire others. Your courage gives others hope. Your discipline becomes an example. You do not need to be famous to influence people. You influence people every day. A teacher influences students. A parent influences children. A leader influences a team. A friend influences another friend. Even small actions create influence. A kind word can change someone's day. Encouragement can give someone strength. Belief can help someone try again. Influence spreads quietly, like ripples in water. When you throw a small stone into a lake, circles move across the surface. One action creates many effects. Your life can create those ripples. But true influence requires something important: character. People do not follow perfect people. People follow honest people. They follow people who live their values. Imagine two leaders. The first leader speaks about hard work, but he is lazy. He talks about honesty, but he lies. People hear his words, but they do not believe him. The second leader speaks less, but she works hard. She treats people with respect. She keeps her promises. People trust her. They follow her example. This is the difference between authority and influence. Authority demands respect. Influence earns respect. True influence grows slowly. It grows through actions. It grows through consistency. It grows through care for others. But influence also has a danger. The danger is ego. When people start listening to you, pride may grow. You may begin thinking you are more important than others. Some people use influence to control others. They manipulate. They seek attention. They seek power. This is not true influence. True influence lifts people up. It does not push people down. True influence serves others. It does not use them. People who understand this truth become powerful leaders. They guide others. They encourage growth. They share knowledge. Their success becomes meaningful because it helps others succeed too. At this stage, life changes again. Your focus moves from me to we. You start asking new questions. How can I help others grow? How can I inspire people? How can I make a difference? These questions open a new path, a deeper path, a path that leads to the highest level of power. But very few people reach this final stage because this stage requires something greater than discipline, greater than success, greater than influence. It requires purpose. Purpose is the force that gives life meaning. And purpose is what we will explore in the final part. Part 3, the power of purpose. We have talked about survival. We have talked about desire. We have talked about discipline. We have talked about influence. Each stage gives a person more strength. Each stage helps a person rise higher. But there is one more stage, the highest stage, the stage that gives life deep meaning. This stage is called purpose. Purpose changes everything. When a person finds purpose, life becomes different. Work feels different. Problems feel different. Even pain feels different. Because the person now knows why they are living. Many people ask a simple question. What do I want from life? This question is normal. But people who discover purpose ask a different question. They ask, what does life want from me? This question changes the direction of life. A person with purpose does not live only for comfort. They do not live only for money. They do not live only for praise. They live for meaning. Purpose is stronger than desire. Desire wants pleasure. Purpose wants impact. Desire asks, what can I gain? Purpose asks, what can I give? When a person lives with purpose, their energy becomes powerful. They wake up with a reason. They work with passion. They continue even when the road becomes hard. Imagine two people running a long race. The first person runs because he wants a prize. The second person runs to help others. Maybe he is raising money for sick children. Maybe he is running to support a cause he believes in. Both runners become tired. Both runners feel pain, but their minds are different. The first runner thinks about quitting. The second runner remembers his purpose. He continues. Purpose gives strength when motivation disappears. Purpose gives courage when fear appears. Purpose gives meaning to struggle. Many of the greatest people in history lived with strong purpose. They did not choose the easy road, they chose the meaningful road. Think about a teacher. A teacher may not become rich, but every day they help young minds grow. They help students discover their future. Their work touches many lives. This is purpose. Think about a doctor. A doctor works long hours. Sometimes the work is exhausting, but the doctor knows that every patient matters. Every life saved matters. This is purpose. Think about a parent. A parent sacrifices time and energy. They work hard to give their children a better life. They guide them. They protect them. They teach them values. This is purpose. Purpose does not need to be famous. Purpose does not need to be big in the eyes of the world. Purpose only needs to be meaningful in your heart. A simple purpose can still change many lives. Purpose can be teaching. Purpose can be creating. Purpose can be helping. Purpose can be protecting. Purpose can be building. Purpose can be healing. Every person has a unique path. No two purposes are exactly the same. But many people struggle to find their purpose. They search everywhere. They ask many questions. They feel confused. But purpose is rarely found in a single moment. Purpose grows slowly. Purpose appears through experience, through learning, through struggle, through reflection. Sometimes your deepest pain shows you your purpose. If you once felt alone, you may help others feel less alone. If you once struggled with poverty, you may help others build stability. If you once faced fear, you may teach courage. Our struggles often shape our purpose. They show us what matters. They show us where we can help others most. Purpose also gives peace. A person without purpose often feels empty. They may have money, they may have comfort, but something inside feels missing. Life feels like a long routine. Wake up, work, eat, sleep, repeat. Days become months. Months become years. Without purpose, life feels small. But when purpose appears, life becomes meaningful. Even ordinary days feel important. Every small action becomes part of something bigger. Purpose also removes fear. When you live only for comfort, fear controls you. Fear of losing money, fear of losing status, fear of losing approval. But when you live for purpose, these fears become smaller, because purpose is bigger than comfort. Purpose is bigger than approval. Purpose gives direction. When life becomes confusing, purpose guides you. When the road becomes difficult, purpose reminds you why you started. This is why purpose is the highest level of power. It gives strength to the heart. It gives clarity to the mind. It gives energy to the soul. But remember something important. You do not need to wait for purpose to appear suddenly. You discover purpose by living with intention. You discover purpose by growing, by helping others, by learning about yourself, by asking honest questions. What work gives me energy? What problems do I care about? What kind of impact do I want to leave? The answers slowly appear over time, step by step. Just like climbing a mountain, you do not jump to the top, you climb one step at a time. The same is true for rising in life. First, you survive. Then you desire. Then you discipline yourself. Then you influence others. Finally, you discover purpose. Many people stay in the early stages. They survive. They chase desire, but they never climb higher. They stay stuck in comfort or stuck in fear. But the path upward is always open. Anyone can rise. Not everyone will become famous. Not everyone will become rich. But everyone can grow. Everyone can build discipline. Everyone can help others. Everyone can live with purpose. The real question is not whether the path exists. The real question is whether you will walk it. Every day gives you a choice, a small choice. You can repeat the same habits,
or you can change one small thing. You can waste time, or you can learn something new. You can follow distractions, or you can follow growth. Small choices create big futures. A small habit repeated every day becomes a powerful force. A small improvement repeated every day becomes great progress. This is how rising happens, slowly, quietly, step by step. Many people look for sudden success, but real growth is gradual, like a tree growing. At first, the change is invisible, but roots grow deep under the ground. Then the tree becomes strong. Then branches spread. Then fruit appears.
Your life can grow the same way. Plant good habits. Grow discipline. Help others. Follow meaning. And over time, you will rise. You will become stronger. You will become wiser. You will become someone who makes a difference. One day, you will look back at your life. You will see the journey from fear to courage, from survival to purpose, from being stuck to rising. And you will realize something powerful. The power was always inside you, waiting for the moment you decided to rise. The world does not need more people who stay stuck. The world needs people who grow, people who inspire, people who build, people who live with purpose. Maybe that person is you. Maybe your journey is just beginning. Maybe today is the day you take the next step. Rise one habit at a time. Rise one decision at a time. Rise one act of courage at a time. Because the difference between those who rise and those who stay stuck is not luck. It is the choice to keep climbing. And that choice is always yours.
If this message hit you, then don't just watch and leave. Like this video, share it to someone who needs this wake-up, and subscribe to this channel. Study yourself 1 hour a day. We are building a different breed here, a new generation of doers, people who don't wait for permission, people who build themselves daily, people who compound quietly and become untouchable over time. Hit subscribe, join the movement. 1 hour a day, every day. And in 1 year, your future self will not recognize you anymore. Let's grow. Let's execute. Let's dominate our own potential. Subscribe now and start becoming the person nobody can compete with.